Hey guys, I'm just I wanted to come on here and I'm coming on here to talk about what it's like to have a mental illness, specifically bipolar disorder, and the depression and mania that it comes with. Kind of explain that and talk about how I came to terms with it and how I kind of just thought about it and thought about like how to feel about it and how to handle it basically. So yeah, and then talk about a couple other things as well. But anyways, so if you are new to my channel, I am I came onto YouTube to basically talk about how I was recently diagnosed bipolar type 1 with psychotic features, and hopefully end up helping lots of people, because I mean, I know I have lots of YouTubers out there who help me tremendously. So yeah, alright, so I'm gonna start talking now. So I guess I'll start with explaining depression, at least, you know, how it feels for me. Not too long ago, maybe like a month and a half, I had a complete meltdown over over chicken nuggets. It was totally stupid and silly, and you know, you think about it afterwards and you're like, why would you why did you freak out like that? It's, you know, it's silly. But honestly, it really did. The story went, I made my son some chicken nuggets and I made myself some soup, and I felt like he deserved the soup and I deserved the chicken nuggets, just because chicken nuggets are like frozen food, you know, and I have this weird food aversion, which I'll talk about in another video. I have this weird food aversion, and so it really bothered me that I was feeding him frozen food, and I felt horrible, and I went to the back room and broke down. I broke down. I was sobbing on the floor, like freaking out, and my son followed me into the bathroom. So he was just like exploring, having a good old time, and I was sitting there sobbing, you know, when I could have been enjoying that time with him. And that same night, me and my boyfriend and my son were all hanging out in the bathroom and taking a bath together, and you know, they were having a good time, and I was just sitting there like on the verge of just crying, like so much, like and there was no reason for me to feel that way, but it just came, and that's how it is, you know. You sit there in the most joyous moments when all you want to do is like put yourself in the water, to put your face in the water, you know. You don't want to, but you feel that you sort of have to. Like, I don't know how exactly to describe it, but it's like you're trapped in this feeling, and no matter what you do, no matter what's going on around you, you can't get out of it. And so and and that incident that night sent me into a 3-week depression over something so stupid, you know. And that's just kind of how it is. It just comes on. Even, you know, nothing even has to bring it on. Like, sometimes you just wake up and you just feel so horrible and so down, and there's nothing that you want to do. You just want to stay in bed and hide all day, and not deal with anything, and you know, you just are thinking so negatively about everything, about yourself, about the family, about life, just, everything. And, and you just kind of have to write it out. There's no, I'm just going to get up and be happy. It doesn't work that way. So yeah. And with mania, it's the exact opposite. Everything is great. Everything's wonderful. You have so many ideas and so many plans, and you just want to like hang out with everyone, and you want to, for me, I want to go out and like buy people like gifts, like splurge, like it's their birthday or something. And this previous manic episode that I had, I came up with crazy ideas. Basically, when I had David, my son, and going through like new motherhood and all that, it's very, very stressful. It's a huge change. It's definitely different than having two teenagers, because it's a new baby, and I told myself that I didn't want any more kids. That was it. Until, at least I felt like, I could handle everything. But, so yeah, I definitely didn't want any kids. And during this manic episode, I decided to have 3 more kids. I wanted 3 kids, like right now. That's what I wanted. And when I changed my mind about that, like the next day, then I wanted to become a surrogate, because you get paid a lot and you're giving a gift to, like, the most beautiful gift you could ever give to someone, to a couple that can't have kids and stuff. And I wanted to create a YouTube channel, not like this, but more of like a family vlogging kind of deal. And I wanted to go back to school and become like an actress, and become a therapist, a doctor, anything I could think of. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go. I wanted to write more, because when I'm manic, I tend to write like a maniac. I just write and write and write, and I can do it all day and all night, and I'm really obsessive about it. It has to be perfect, and that's just kind of my mindset during that time. Another thing that you unfortunately deal with, at least I do, is hypersexuality. For me, when I'm feeling this way, I feel like I'm a goddess, and I feel like I have this like aura of like sexuality, like, and everyone can see it, and everyone's like looking at me, and I just feel so like, I don't know how to describe it, just like powerfully, like this intense sexual energy, and sometimes it's a little too much, like you just feel like it's just like it's seeping out of your pores or something. It's so interesting. And so that feeling right there, for me, it makes me feel like I'm better, sort of like I'm better than everyone else, and I'm beautiful, and I'm sexy, and everyone wants me, and it makes me start to weird out about the relationship, and I start kind of thinking, well, maybe I should find some other person, who finds me this sexy and this beautiful and stuff. And I kind of start sabotaging the relationship for no good reason. It's just like this feeling, and you can't do anything with it. Like, it's just there. It's very intense. And another thing that also happens with me is if I have all this like increased amount of energy, and I can't really do anything with it, same with like the hypersexuality. If I can't do anything with it, I get really uncomfortable, like almost like jumping out of my own skin. Like I can't sit still, and it makes me really agitated, and really like bitchy. Like I get real bitchy, and So that's another horrible side effect. And during mania, I just feel like, there's nothing that can go wrong. Like, I'm like on top of the world and I can do anything because I'm like, I have this power and I have this just aura of like amazingness. And and that's how it is, which doesn't sound bad, but I end up getting myself into some pretty fucked up situations. And I also, when the mania gets too bad, you can start falling into psychosis, which has happened to me a couple of times. And it's terrifying, and I will talk about psychosis in the next video. I think that would be a good video. Yeah. So what's worse? What makes it really hard with the mania and the depression is that your mind, your mind is just coming at you at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Just there's no stopping. Like, it's just constantly, I don't know, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. When you're depressed, it's happening to you. When you're manic, it's happening to you. And it's just like never ending, like constant thinking. It creates problems in your life because you react, the wrong way to these thoughts and feelings and whatever. And it makes it that much more difficult. And, I've told people before, like, being bipolar makes me feel like this isn't my body, and I'm like this little person stuck inside, and I'm constantly trying to tell, like, this good spirit, like, and this bad spirit, like, I'm in the middle of them, and I'm just constantly trying to tell them, like, shut up, and trying to reason with them and be like, no, that's not right, that's not okay, no, that's delusional, no, this is not happening, they're not doing anything to you, just, kind of trying to level with them and be like, dude, calm the fuck down. You need to calm the fuck down. And you can pound on the walls, and you can scream as loud as you can, and no one can hear you. And that's what makes it very difficult. But yeah, so that's what it is like for me, and that's how it's been since about 6th grade. And I can talk about, like, I talked about that timeline the therapist had me make, and I said that I was going to make a video about that, kind of explaining my cycles and stuff. But yeah, save that for another video. What I wanted to talk about next is kind of how I came to terms with it, what kind of made me realize how to handle this mental illness. Basically, I sat there and thought for a while, like, what is this? What's really going on inside? How am I supposed to go through my life with this? What do I do? How do I do this? And what I kind of told myself was like, this is something that's a part of me. As you guys know, mental illness is a part of you. There's nothing you can do about that. It's always going to be a part of you. So this mental illness is a part of me, and I need to come up with a way to get by through life, without, being so fucked up and whatever. So, I kind of just feel like mental illness should be something that you work with, not something you work against. Because since it's such a deep part of you, just trying to fight against it, trying to, kick it out of your system, whatever, it's not going to work. It doesn't work because it's a part of you. And I think, kind of surrendering to it and just being like, all right, this is fine. It sucks, but I can work with this, And I think if you keep that in mind about any mental illness, really, that right there will help out, with your strength, and just, I don't know, just being able to realize that it's okay to have this, and you can work with it, and make it out just fine. I also wanted to bring up kind of how before I was diagnosed bipolar, I had kind of my own stigma towards bipolar disorder, um, and simply because I have people in my life that also are diagnosed bipolar, and I kind of just, the way that I saw them, the way that I felt about them, I felt like they were not good people, basically. They were very selfish, and didn't really care about anyone or anything except for themselves, and they were unstable and just kind of mean and rude, like cold-hearted. And so yeah, that's where my stigma came from. But I don't want to say stigma, because I don't think I necessarily had stigma. I think I just felt that way due to like I think I just feared it mostly, due to lack of understanding, and if that makes sense. And that's what people do. It's a natural thing to, people that don't understand something, they fear it. That's just what people do. And so, and I think that's kind of, what happened with me. I didn't understand this disorder, and so I was scared of it. But becoming more aware of this disorder, since, I've been diagnosed myself, and kind of researching it, and learning more about it, and getting to know these people in my life that have bipolar disorder, it really helps a lot, to not feel so afraid of it. But it is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared for the future. I'm scared for how it's gonna be, in like the next 10 years. It's a scary thought, but yeah. And last thing I wanted to kind of talk about was medication, and how you should never feel embarrassed for having to take medication to feel fine, to help yourself. I was embarrassed for a long time before I even found out I was bipolar, taking antidepressants. I felt like, this is so silly. Like, why do I have to rely on these stupid pills to feel okay, to get by? And I felt embarrassed about it, and lots of people feel the same way. But I just wanted to say, like, it's okay. It's okay to get help. If you need this extra help through pills and whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, you chose to get help, and that's all that matters, because some people just need that breath of fresh air, in life, and those pills give you that brush of fresh air. Whew. I'm just not even gonna retry that, okay? Anyways, like, when I got put on Lamictal, it started out on 50 milligrams, the pills were like itty bitty, like so super small. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this little thing right here is supposed to help me? Like, that's insane, right? But it totally does, and whatever helps is what you need to do, whether it's therapy, medication, just having that support group available to you, just all of it. There's no shame in that, getting help, because, we all need help. I don't care if you have mental illness or not. Everyone needs help. Everyone needs to be able to talk to someone, even if it's just, about what's going on in their lives. It's so helpful. But yeah, so if you're on medication, rad, good for you. You're doing great. Just keep doing it. Do what you need to do. Yeah, so I don't really know what else I wanted to say. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna sit down because this is really uncomfortable. Yes, I'm in my bathtub. It's the only place in my house that gets semi-good lighting. I actually filmed this video outside, and accidentally deleted it, so here I am again. Anyways, I wanted to say some encouragement words, some words of encouragement, to anyone that's struggling with anything in life. Because I know it's hard, you know, and everyone is going through their own thing. Everyone has their own process of going through life and getting by and just feeling okay. And I just wanted to say, you know, I don't know, how do I describe this? I told this to my stepdaughter, actually, not too long ago. Her friend was feeling hopeless, and she didn't know what to say to her friend. She didn't know how to help her, and so she asked me what to tell her. And so I was like, you know, just tell her this. Picture yourself as a big giant tree, and you know, it's like an ancient, beautiful tree. It's always been there, right? And you got big trunk and big thick roots that go into the ground, deep into the ground. And you know, you have storms coming your way, and you know, fires and floods, and you know, just intense winds, just anything trying to just knock you down, you know, or flood you out, or you know, burn you away. And as long as you hold those roots strong deep into that ground, you know, you'll make it through anything. And that's how I feel about life. You know, you just gotta stand strong, you know. And it's okay. It's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel depressed. It's okay to feel hopeless, you know, as long as you do not submerge yourself in that, in those feelings, in that darkness. Because, you know, that's the problem with people, is they submerge themselves in that, and they feel like they're always going to feel this way, and this is how life is always going to feel. And it's a silly thought, because life is constantly changing. Everything is changing all the time. So for you to feel like, you know, you're always going to feel this way, it's silly, because it will change, you know. And, you know, it's okay. It's okay to feel that way, but do not submerge yourself in that, because that's where people go wrong, and that's where people, you know, that's where people kill themselves. Which, you know, it's really terrible, and it's really sad, but some people don't realize that. And as long as you keep in mind that this is only temporary, you know, the way that you're feeling is only temporary, and it will pass. You just gotta ride the wave, and you'll make it out okay. Just I wanted to say that, and I wanted to tell you all to stay healthy and be as happy as you can be, and do whatever it takes to be happy and be healthy, no matter what it is, you know, as long as you're as long as you're not hurting anyone and hurting yourself and being a horrible person. But you know what I mean. Just do what you need to do and be a good person and stay strong. Stay strong through it all, and you'll be okay. Everything will be okay. Just gotta tell yourself that, you know, everything will be okay. So yeah, I think this is as short as it's gonna be. I'm sorry, I tried. Hopefully, you guys found this a little bit encouraging and a little bit informative about more about like bipolar disorder. I'm definitely gonna talk more about this. I don't want this channel to be fully about this stuff. I mean, the encouragement stuff, sure, but just talking about the disorder all the time, I don't really want to do that unless it's absolutely necessary, just because I don't want to be stuck thinking about it all the time, because it's not what it's not me. It's a part of me, but it's not me. And, you know, you've probably heard that from many other people, but it's true. So yeah, I'll definitely talk more about it, you know, story-wise, and be more informative about it. I kind of, maybe when I go to therapy, I'll come back with the things that she's sending me home to kind of think about and do, to kind of help you guys out too. So yeah, but yeah, so next video, I wanted to talk about psychosis and kind of share some stories about that and stuff. And yeah, sorry, I keep saying a lot. I'm sorry, I'm working on it. Yeah. So thanks again for watching, and thank you for being patient. I know I'm a really impatient person. I don't know if I'd be able to watch these videos, but thank you if you have, and please stay tuned for the next video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. This will be my 3rd video, so I don't have a lot, but I will have a lot. So just subscribe anyways, and that way you'll get notifications to when I have new videos. So far I'm just uploading randomly, so once I get like more videos, I'll figure out a set schedule for it. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, stay tuned for the next video, all that stuff, and I hope you guys have a great night, or a great day wherever you are, and I will see you guys next time.